Hello there. You may be watching this video because you found it on YouTube while you're searching for which is a good starter steam engine to get perhaps a collection going or just some recollection of youth. I was in the same position about 2 weeks ago and ended up ordering the Wilecsco D6 Steam Engine. Today I'm going to show you what's in the box, how easy it is to put together and also firing it up. In my opinion, there's nothing more boring than watch someone open a box and take components out, so I've already done that bit for you. In the box you'll find the steam engine itself, which as I say is pretty much fully assembled, but other minor components for you to install are the chimney stack, the pressure relief valve, which is here, and the steam whistle, which is here, and finally the burner itself. So let's have a look at how it's put together. So there are really only three elements that require installation, and it's all very simple. First of all, you have the pressure relief valve and the gasket. So make sure that you securely fit the gasket onto the pressure relief valve and then simply screw it in here, and it only needs to be finger tight. The gasket will take care of everything else. The second element is the steam whistle, which is here. Now this has a small copper washer, which again, just make sure you've got it on properly, like so. Oh, don't drop it. And then again, another gasket which goes on there, like so. And finally, again, just finger tight, screw it onto the top of the boiler element. Once again, it's filtered tight, and don't be tempted to use the plastic tap to secure it because it might snap, so just finger tight and there you go. Finally, you have the chimney stack, which as I said isn't really functional, just for show, and that simply slots on top here. Now there are a couple of pilot holes drilled for screws, but I found that it's not necessary to attach that, and should I want to keep it in the box I can simply lift it off again. The final piece is the burner itself, which goes in the front here. That means your boiler is ready to go. So what do you need to get your steam engine fired up? Well, first of all, I ordered separately online the Wilecsco tabs for fuel, and here I've got two out ready for this demonstration. A funnel, because as you can see it's a very small port in which you put the water, and also the oil. Every time you use the machine you need to lubricate it. So let's take care of the lubrication first. First of all, you have the piston. So you simply pull it off the peg, take it out here, and then just make sure it gets a good coating of oil all around the piston itself, all around here. Sorry about the focus. And I usually squirt just a little drop in there. Slot the piston back in, give it a little up and down, and put it back on the, I don't know, spigot I guess. There we go. Next, any moving parts. So a little bit around the spigot itself, because obviously that moves quite fast, and also the axle on both sides, on there and on here. And then before you start it up, just give it a little turn. Oh. Just give it a little turn to spread the oil around. Now we're ready to put the water in the boiler. So I'm going to do a bit of cheat today because it's a very cold day here in Germany. It's about 5 degrees and it would take forever for the water to boil. So I've used hot water, or I'll be using hot water. So take off the pressure relief valve, being careful to make sure the gasket stays in place. Put in the little funnel which comes with the kit, and top it up with water. Now you can monitor the level in the window just at the front of the boiler, and I'll show you that closely in a minute, but I'm just going to top it up to keep the water warm. There we go. And if you have a little look now in here, you should be able to see the water level. There it is. So the next stage, take the funnel out and install the pressure relief valve. Again, it just needs to be finger tight. So it's now time to put some heat under that boiler. So I've taken the pack of fire lighters that I ordered separately. It's a good idea, once you've taken out the ones you need for today, to seal it up, because you're not necessarily going to flash the boiler up every day or every week, possibly even every month. So when you come to use these again, it's nice that they're still airtight, because it retains the alcohol, and you'll have no problem lighting it. So I've taken a couple out, snap one in half, and then all I need to do is just drop them in to the burner, add some heat. They're pretty good. It only takes 2 or 3 seconds for them to take. There you go, and you can probably see the flames there. And once that's going nicely, simply slide it in underneath the boiler, and then be patient. I shan't bore you by watching a kettle boil, so I'll come back to you once we start to raise some steam. So you may be able to see some bubbles just starting in the boiler window. And just to prove there's a little bit of steam coming through, you can test it with the whistle. There we go, we've now got plenty of steam coming through. It continues to boil in there. Now to start the engine, it's quite simple. It will eventually start itself, but if you're impatient like me, you want to see it going, so you just give the wheel a little flick. You can see it nearly wants to go. You can probably hear the steam escaping now. A little bit will escape through the pressure valve, that's fine. And there we go. As you can see, it's very, very smooth, and it picks up quite a pace. It's quite easy to stop it. If you want to, you just put your finger on the flywheel, and it will quite happily sit there. If you feel you want to release a bit of steam, you can use the whistle. As you can see, quite a lot of steam comes out there. And to start it again, a little flick of the wheel. Now, one of the quite cool things about this model is that you can attach belts on this point here, and there are various accessories for old steam tools that can be used there. Now, I will say that it seems to be steaming quite a bit here, which is good, but it is a very cold day. But as you can see also, it does travel at a fair rate of knots, doesn't it? So that is the Wilecsco D6 Steam Engine. Thanks for watching.